Oh, who's that little guy? Oh, congratulations. You've just been born. There you are, all sticky and screaming and new. Congratulations, I guess. You didn't ask for this, but then again, no one does. It's sort of the theme here. So, I tell you what, my old matey, let me give you a quick run-through of what to expect. Basically, you're a weird mix between a sack of bones and electricity freshly evicted from the void and thrown into a sitcom with no script, no reruns, and far too much nudity. So, yeah, welcome to the human experience. It will startle you, disappoint you, seduce you, and occasionally throw up on you. You will be confused. Don't take it to heart. The main thing, though, is that you're utterly dependent on larger, much sadder humans to keep you alive. This will last for about 18 years or, depending on the housing market, the rest of your life. But for now, just breathe. That thing you're doing with your lungs, that's called not dying. It's generally encouraged, leading cause of death and whatnot. So, yeah, hello little guy, you've just been born. And whether you like it or not, the clock is ticking. It's not all bad. Soon enough, you'll be a toddler, which is to say, a semi-sentient bowling ball with legs. And that's a right old laugh. You'll rise from the gooey wreckage of infancy like a tiny Godzilla, shrieking and covered in yogurt. You'll learn to walk, and then immediately weaponize it. Nothing in your home will be safe again, least of all the cat. Words will begin to form, which is unfortunate for everyone, because you'll use them exclusively to ask why. Over and over and over again. Even when the answer is, because that's a radiator, or, please for the love of God stop biting the postman. Your emotions will be like thunderstorms, sudden, loud, and largely disconnected from reality. You'll cry because your toast was cut into squares instead of triangles. You'll laugh at an empty cardboard box like it just told the funniest joke in the universe. But this is your first taste of freedom, of autonomy, of choosing which toy to cuddle and which one to launch into the abyss. The world is your playground, and also your chew toy. Your caretakers will age 10 years in 6 months. They'll say things like, he's just going through a phase, and where did he learn the word bollocks? And amid the chaos, something astonishing will happen. You'll begin to remember. You'll start to build the scaffolding of a self. You won't know it yet, but the story of you is starting to write itself. With banana-smeared fingers and a crayon lodged somewhere it absolutely shouldn't be. Then, before you know it, you'll be a child. A walking contradiction in jelly shoes. Curious, chaotic, kinda sticky. You ask questions like, what is the sky? And what happens when we die? Adults answer with gentle lies, or cartoons, or if they're tired, just sighs. You begin attending a mysterious institution called school, where you are taught how to sit, how to count, how to apologize for being loud. You learn to color inside the lines, even if the lines are boring. You'll be given gold stars when you behave, and odd stares when you don't. Soon, you realize the rules aren't fair. Welcome to the concept of injustice. You'll lose your first tooth and start bargaining with nocturnal fairies for spare change. You begin to understand money, then hierarchy, then loneliness. Time will speed up. It always does. Summer holidays get shorter, friendships get trickier. You notice that some kids are cooler, taller, most likely shinier. You won't realize it yet, but they're just as scared as you. And then, almost imperceptibly, you'll cross a threshold. You'll roll your eyes for the first time. You'll hate a song, specifically because your parents like it. You'll start using the word cringe like a weapon. You are becoming a pre-teen. Your bones ache. Your thoughts sharpen. You feel embarrassed just for existing. You begin to question the world, not with wonder, but with suspicion. You are now old enough to pretend you aren't afraid. and young enough to still be terrified. And then you're a teenager. This means two things. One, you are technically a person, and two, you wish you weren't. Your bones will stretch at night, like they're trying to escape you. Your skin turns against you, spot after spot. You cry over nothing, or everything. Sometimes both. All in under 90 seconds. You start wearing clothes not for warmth, but for armor. You talk like everything's ironic, especially feelings. You pretend not to care about things you would actually die for. School becomes a theatre. You play 17 characters before second period. Cool kid, sad clown, overachiever with a caffeine addiction. No one applauds. The critics are cruel. Your locker smells, well, weird. But occasionally, when no one's looking, you laugh so hard you forget your name. You dance alone in your room. You write poems you'll never show anyone. You begin to suspect that maybe, just maybe, being alive is the weirdest and most beautiful thing that's ever happened to you. You're on fire, and nobody taught you how to stop, drop, or roll. But you are learning, and for now that's enough. Then in the blink of an eye you'll be an adult, which mostly means pretending to know what you're doing, while Googling things like how to cook rice and is back pain normal at 27? No one gave you a map, just a series of unpaid internships, an inbox full of passwords you forgot, and a vague pressure to succeed without crying in public. You begin to miss things you didn't notice when you had them. Long summers, free food, meltdowns without paperwork. Now you pay taxes, you apologize to furniture. You get excited about vacuum attachments, careers appear. So do quarter-life crises. You attend meetings about nothing. You write emails that end with "per my last message," but mean "please read you utter plankton." You may fall in love, or try to at least, or mess it up so artistically it becomes performance art. You may live alone and discover that silence indeed does have a weight. You may buy throw pillows, you may name them, and sometimes, whether on purpose or by strange cosmic accident, you might have children. Tiny, wailing biographies of your genetic history, flung into the world like fleshy origami. They will destroy your sleep, your freedom, and your favorite mug. In return, they will hand you half-eaten apples and say "I love you," with yogurt on their face. You will be exhausted, you will be needed. You will tell them bedtime stories while quietly Googling how to raise a human without becoming your own parents. They will ask why the sky is blue, and you'll say something about scattering, but what you'll mean is, "I have no idea what I'm doing, but I would burn down the world just to keep you warm." You don't have to have kids, but if you do, they will ruin your detachment and force you to confront the miracle of consciousness at 3 a.m. in a dinosaur onesie. Meanwhile, friendships drift and return. You send each other memes instead of meeting up. You text "we should hang out," like it's a spell that summons guilt. You search for meaning in books, therapy, frozen pizza, long walks, and playlists titled "Existential but Chill." Some days you feel alive. Other days you become a spreadsheet in a cardigan. But you keep going. You water your sad little plants. You show up, you make soup, you laugh at a dog in a hat, and remember briefly that joy is free. And then, well, then you will be old. The meat suit is peeling. The scaffolding groans when you stand up. You once feared death, now you mostly fear stairs. Your weeks are 30 seconds long. Someone says 2008 and you think last year. It wasn't. Your body is no longer a temple, it's a museum. And the exhibits are decaying at an exponential rate. Things fall out of your memory without warning, names, faces, entire birthdays, but you remember the way your grandmother's kitchen smelled and the exact pitch of a dial-up modem. You are visited by doctors now, lots of them, all of the time. They touch your knees and frown. They ask how often you pee. Your main hobby becomes comparing insurance premiums. You've stopped trying to be interesting. Now you try to be kind. You once wanted to change the world, now you just want to sit down. You start to vanish from the narrative, the camera pans elsewhere, you are not the protagonist anymore, you are the wise old shopkeeper who dies 5 scenes in. And still, there is quite wonder. You find joy in absurd little rituals. The same tea, the same chair, the same damn bird showing up every morning. You worry the world is leaving you behind. If you had kids, they now speak to you in tones usually reserved for injured pets and voicemail menus. They ask how you're doing. You say, fine. You don't mention the loneliness or the ache behind your eyes, or the fact that sometimes you forget where you put your sense of purpose. You are now old. The ending is close. You can smell it in the bathwater. You can feel it in the way your dreams begin to blur. But you're still here. You woke up. You made tea. You remembered your name. Sometimes. And for a creature built from accidents and stardust, that's not half bad. That's actually kind of incredible. Eventually, though, you'll die. There's no twist ending, no third act redemption arc where everything suddenly makes sense, just you. And then, not you. It might be dramatic. It might be quiet. You might go screaming in a hospital bed or blinking softly under a tree. Either way, the world carries on. The clouds don't pause. The birds don't hold a vigil. The supermarket has a sale on cereal the very next day. Your body, this clumsy miracle of failing meat, is reclaimed. By time. By gravity. By worms, if they're lucky, your name survives a little while longer. It lingers in inboxes, on birthday calendars, in the wrong corners of social media. A story you told that someone else retold. Badly, but earnestly. A photo curled at the edges. A song that once made you weep, now making someone else feel just a little more human. You don't get to witness the aftermath. But trust me, you mattered. Not in the change the world way. In the way that dust clings to sunlight. In the way that breath fogs glass. You loved. You ruined things. You tried. Sometimes that was enough. Sometimes it wasn't. That's okay. Death isn't failure. It's punctuation. A full stop where you thought there'd be a semicolon. But anyway, don't worry about all that. The decay, the heartbreak, the whole dying bit. You've only just been born. You're still new. Your skull isn't even finished forming yet. You are mostly water, optimism, and the vague smell of milk. So forget the full stops and worm hotels. You've got years to learn regret. Right now, your job is to blink at light bulbs and scream at 3 a.m., which, frankly, is all any of us are really doing. Welcome to life. It's ridiculous. It's pretty short. It will ruin you in the best possible ways. So go on then. Kick, flail, yell something incoherent. Make it count. You're here. And that, my friend, is the beginning of everything.